We have a masjid to the front with a greyish dome. This masjid today is called Masjid-e-Aqsa. And behind this masjid, about, I'd say, roughly 60, 70 meters, we have another masjid with a goldish dome. This masjid is called Masjid-e-Sakhra, the Dome of the Rock. This is what we have today. But the thing that I want you to bear in mind and remember and never forget is this piece of land, surrounded by walls on all four sides. In reality, what today is called Al-Haram Al-Qudsi, in reality, this piece of land surrounded by walls on all four sides is Masjid-e-Aqsa. Where these masjids came from, I will explain very shortly. But the thing that you cannot forget is this piece of land on which today Masjid-e-Aqsa stands and Masjid-e-Sakhra stands, and there are other things inside on this piece of land. In reality, this is Masjid-e-Aqsa. Now when Sayyidina Umar Farooq radiallahu ta'ala anhu he came to this land and he asked Ka'ab al-Ahbar where he should pray on this land. Before I continue, I'll just tell you how Ka'ab al-Ahbar embraced Islam, and this will strengthen our iman. Ka'ab al-Ahbar, he says that his father was a great Jewish scholar, and he taught his son much about what was written in the scriptures. And at the time of death, he said to his son, and he'd written something on 2 pieces of paper, and he said to his son, I do not want you to look inside these papers till you hear of a prophet at the end of the time called Ahmed. Ka'ab al-Ahbar says, when his father died, there was nothing more that he wished to do than to look what was written in these 2 pieces of paper. He says, after his father's death, he took out these 2 pieces of paper, and he looked what was written on these pieces of paper, and it was written, La ilaha illallah Muhammad Rasulullah. That there is no God worthy of worship, and Muhammad sallallahu alayhi wa sallam is the messenger of Allah. Khatamun Nabiyyin, he is the last of the prophets. La nabiyya ba'dahu, there is no prophet to come after him. And it was also written that this prophet will be born in Makkah. This prophet will migrate to Taiba. He is not ill-mannered and harsh. His ummah and followers are those people that praise the Almighty Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala in all conditions. And their tongues are always fresh with tasbih and takbir. And these people will be helped against those that oppose them from their enemies. They wash their faces and they cover their suckers, and their Bibles are in their hearts, and they love, and their love for one another is like the love the prophets have for their people. This was what was written on these pieces of paper. Ka'ab says that when I read this, I realized there is nothing far greater than this, what my father has taught me. Since after my father died and a short period passed, the described prophet appeared in Makkah al-Mukarramah. He says, I started to make inquiries about this prophet, and I was told, just like it was written in these papers, this prophet migrated from Makkah to Medina al-Munawwarah. He says, I kept a good eye out, and I was informed that whoever this prophet fights, he overcomes and he defeats. And one by one the signs that had been mentioned that my father had written I was seeing these signs. He says, I made the intention to make my way to him, but I was informed that this prophet has died. And he says, when he died, the thought crossed the mind that maybe this is not the person that my father was talking about. He says, that night I saw a dream, that the doors of heaven opened, and the angels begin to descend in groups one after the other. And a caller calls out that the prophet has died and the revelation has come to an end. He says, after Muhammad sallallahu alaihi wasallam, the leader became Abu Bakr, and he sent his armies to Syria. And in a very short period he died, and then became the leader Umar Farooq radiallahu ta'ala. He says, I said to myself that I will not enter this religion till I am certain that these people are the followers of that prophet that has been described by my father. He says, when Jerusalem was conquered, and when I looked at the way Jerusalem was conquered, in my heart I knew that these people are definitely the followers of that prophet that my father mentioned in these papers. And he says, one day I heard a believer read the verse of the Quran, Ya ayyuhalladhina utul kitaba aminu bima nazalna, the verse which instructs the people of the book to embrace Iman before their faces are changed. He says, feeling that I am the one that has been referred to in this verse of the Quran, he came and he said, La ilaha illallah, Muhammad Rasulullah, at the hands of Umar Farooq radiallahu ta'ala. When Umar Farooq took Ka'ab al-Ahbar to Medina al-Munawwara, so he could relate to the Sahaba radiallahu ta'ala majma'een, what he read inside these scriptures, so that the Iman can become stronger. So this was the Ka'ab al-Ahbar. He was a Jewish scholar before he embraced Islam. So, and according to the hadith which Imam Ahmad has related in his Musnad, when Umar Farooq came to Masjid Al-Aqsa, he asked Ka'ab al-Ahbar where he should offer his prayer on that land. Now Ka'ab al-Ahbar suggested that he should pray behind the Sakhra, the rock. I'll explain what the rock is in a minute. He expressed that Sayyidina Umar Farooq should pray behind the rock, that way all of goods will be in front of him. Sayyidina Umar Farooq radiallahu ta'ala said to Ka'ab al-Ahbar that the Jewish faith has still a grip on you, and this is why you took off your shoes next to the rock. Sayyidina Umar Farooq radiallahu ta'ala explained below, I will pray when Nabi Kareem sallallahu alayhi wa sallam prayed. Sayyidina Umar Farooq radiallahu ta'ala after came to the front of the masjid and he prayed there. Today, where the current Masjid-e-Aqsa is located and situated, this is the place where Umar Farooq radiallahu ta'ala anhu prayed. And this is the area which Umar Farooq radiallahu ta'ala anhu made as a prayer area for the Muslims. And to pray in that area is more virtuous than to pray in the other parts. So this is where this front masjid has come from. After praying, Sayyidina Umar Farooq radiallahu ta'ala anhu came to the Sakhra, the rock, and he started cleaning the rock. Now the Sakhra, the rock, today is in what we call Masjid Al-Sakhra, the dome of the rock. The goldish dome that you see, inside this masjid, there's a rock. Now this rock, the Jews hold this rock in the same veneration as the Muslims hold the Hajar al-Aswad, the black stone. This rock to the Jews is as important as the black stone is to the Muslims. When Sayyidina Umar Farooq radiallahu ta'ala came to Masjid Al-Aqsa, this rock was full of rubbish. And the Christians with intent would come and they would dump their rubbish next to this rock.